What's up, everybody? This is Showtime with Showtime's Fight Forum. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully, we have somewhat of a following. It doesn't matter if it's 10 people that constantly watch my videos. I just want to personally thank you. I'm going to keep throwing these things out as much as I possibly can, especially as long as news keep breaking. This week's episode is going to be about the fight that's happening this weekend. Unfortunately, we're not getting the main event that we thought we were going to get. We thought we were going to get Ventura versus Darren Till, but Darren Till broke his collarbone, unfortunately. But stuff happens. We already know. To be honest, it's a little refreshing. It's not good, obviously. It's still terrible that he broke his collarbone, but it's refreshing not to hear like COVID related stuff anymore. Like honestly, I'm hoping and praying we are gonna move past this. But now Kevin Holland, who just fought a couple weeks ago, has stepped in. I'm really not going to do much of a breakdown on that fight specifically because I'm not that interested in it. I don't think you guys are that interested, especially after how Kevin looked his last fight. He didn't really take it seriously. His takedown defense was absolutely awful. Stand-up looked amazing. Like, he looked great. I mean, he hurt Derek every time he wanted to. But he's not a well-rounded fighter. And we've seen Marvin fight before, and he is pretty well-rounded, and his ground game is very top-notch. So, honestly, I expect a stoppage by Marvin. So that's really how I'm going with that. But the real fight we should be talking about, and the real fight that I think is the real main event, is going to be between two up-and-coming prospects in the featherweight division. 145-pound division is probably one of the most slept-on divisions in the UFC. It's one of the most talent-rich divisions, and it's very comparable to 155. And I'm just going to say it. It's better than 170. I was at one point saying I think the 170-pound division is the second best, but I'm going to go to 145 now. 145 is the most stacked division outside of the 155-pound division in MMA, in my opinion. Now, we have Sadiq Youssef fighting Arnold Allen. Now, this is a very, very, very good fight, man. These guys have 2 losses combined between them. Sadiq, I'm a little bit of a homer, because Sadiq is from PG County, Maryland. He's born in Africa, so obviously he is African, but he was raised here in PG County. A quick little thing. One of my best friends, like he wrestled here, and I told you I'm a wrestler. He wrestled for Bladensburg. Wrestled actually my best friend in the county finals, and also wrestled him in a regional tournament. My boy won both times, but I just had a good work, Pete. But outside of that though, Sadiq, man, he's been on a tear. Like, how can other way you say it? He's only lost once in his whole entire career. And if you've seen his loss, it wasn't fluke, but it was a very weird knockout loss. Like, he got arm dragged and landed straight on his face and got slapped by him, by the arm drag. It happened, and the dude definitely won, but it was kind of weird. That doesn't really happen often. And then we also have Arnold Allen. Once again, he's 16-1. Got Sadiq at 11-1. He has he's on a 6-fight win streak. He has 4 in a row in the UFC. He's never lost in the UFC. Arnold Allen, 16-1. He's on a 9-fight win streak, and he's also won 7 in the UFC, and he's never lost in the UFC. Bro, this is about to be fire. This is fireworks. Why are more people not talking about this? The number 11 versus number 10. And either one of these guys can honestly be good enough to fight for the title. So, to dive into their actual fighting traits, Sadiq, he's more of a boxer. He loves pressure. He doesn't mix it up too much, but boy, he got power in them hands and he can't hurt you. I do think his chin might be a wee bit suspect. I've seen him get hurt and dropped a couple times throughout his career, but we both know, we all know that he can put your lights out. All right. He's not a great wrestler. Even though he did wrestle in high school, he's not the best wrestler ever. I've seen plenty of people take him down. His jiu-jitsu, he comes from Lloyd Irvin. Lloyd Irvin is the most respected MMA gym in the DMV area, specifically for their ground game. We haven't seen the most out of his ground game as far as submission work in the UFC, but I do believe it's there. But when it comes to his actual wrestling, he's not the greatest. Arnold Allen, he's well-rounded, man. He's a striker, so it's going to be striker versus striker, but he can take you down, and he does go for submissions. So, I mean, I do think that on paper, it does lean a little bit towards Allen winning, but I'm going to go Wakanda forever and stick with my PG County native and say that Sadiq is going to come out on top. I believe that he's going to, I do believe it's going to be a war, honestly. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think they're both going to hurt each other a lot. And I'm going to be excited for it. I don't think that neither one is going to get the finish. I think since it's only a 3-round fight, we will see Sadiq win a unanimous decision, 2-1. And I do believe there'll be fight of the night. Now, the last fight I'm going to bring up, because I do think this fight is very important, is going to be in the women's division. All right, so we're going to go down to the 115-pound division, and we're going to go with Nina, who's going to fight Mackenzie Dern. This fight is actually so fun. It's going to be fun because Nina has been, honestly, on a tear. I think like her last, 5 fights, she's been a completely different fighter. Granted, she lost her last fight to Tatiana Suarez, but Suarez, in my opinion, is one of the best women in the world, like top 2, top 3 in the 115-pound division. I mean, her wrestling, we already know, is the best in the UFC as far as women go. And she fought her to, I think that was her toughest fight in her UFC career. So, like I said, we can't sleep on Nina. And before that, she was on a 4-fight win streak. So I'm very excited. Don't look at her record and say, oh, she's 10-6. She's not that good. No, she's good. She's gotten so much better. But she is hitting her peak now, and this is her first fight since having a kid. But once again, that could motivate her. We just seen what happened with her wife, and she looked better than ever. So it could very well be the same with Nina. Now, Mackenzie Dern, she's 10-1. She's lost 1 fight her whole career, which was versus Amanda Ribas. We know what we get with Mackenzie. Honestly, she's the most accomplished jiu-jitsu artist that we've had in the women's division. But if she doesn't get that takedown, her stand-up is a complete liability. And I mean, she has the power to hurt you, but if she don't get that power, she's going to be very, very aggressive. But if she doesn't get that, she will get tired. We've seen her gas out before. And if she doesn't get the takedown, she does get very desperate. And I honestly don't think she's going to win. I just don't see it. She can very well take her down and submit her, but I think Nina's going to be able to keep the pressure off. She's going to be able to keep her distance, pot shot her. She's going to pick her apart on the feet. I haven't seen power from Nina to say she's going to knock her out, but I do see a unanimous decision on her end, 3-0, and just honestly just pick her apart on the feet. And then eventually Mackenzie Dern is just going to have to, pick up from scraps and go from there. But tell me what you guys think. Do you believe that, honestly, do you believe that Mackenzie Dern's going to win? Do you believe Arnold Allen is going to be a competitive fight of the night? But tell me, guys, what you think about this event that's coming up. This is Showtime's Fight Forum. Once again, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, like, all that good stuff. Thank you for tuning in.